Hey, welcome to this video from my arrangement of Darling Corey. This is a 3-finger bluegrass banjo arrangement. This song is normally done kind of more old-time claw hammer, but this is a 3-finger style. So I'm going to play through it, and then I will talk about the chords, talk about what I'm doing in the arrangement, and go line by line. Okay, a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Wake up, darling Corey. What makes you sleep so sound? Revenue officers are coming, gonna tear your stairhouse down. Alright, so that's Darling Corey. Let's talk about the chords. So there's only 2 chords that we're using the entire time. It's a D minor here, and a C. And the structure of it, it's basically, the melody is 16 bars long, but the chords repeat every 8 bars. So we have D minor for 4 bars, 2. So wake up, darling Corey. What makes you, then we go to a C. Sleep so, back to the D minor. Then the chords repeat, the melody's a little bit different. The revenue officers are coming, gonna tear your C, then a D minor. Now for this melody, I would generally recommend doing this no 5th roll. I think this works pretty much great on any D minor chord progression. I should mention here, and maybe I'll put a little note earlier on, that my 5th string is tuned up to an A. So if you're not tuned up to an A yet, make sure to do that, because that's very important that the 5th string is up to an A. Basically, anytime you're playing in D major or D minor. Okay, so those are our chords. Let's talk about what I'm doing line by line here in the arrangement. And most of the time, I'm because it is an old-timey tune, I try to do a little more 2-finger style, or my faux 2-finger. So when I'm doing the faux 2-finger, it's basically just going thumb and then thumb middle. In the same way that if you're doing claw hammer, you're kind of going, you're getting one note with your middle finger and then getting a stroke in the thumb. So the 2-finger is a little more old-timey sounding. So I use that, this kind of thumb, middle thumb, thumb, middle thumb kind of pattern, and I use a forward roll quite a bit. So if you're not familiar with those two, I should have a tab up there. Just kind of practice that, and that'll help a little bit when you go into this. Okay, line by line. Here is the first 4 bars. Sounds like this. Okay, so make sure to do this hammer on with the first 3rd finger. That's a forward roll for the 1st and 2nd bars. We move up here to the F on the 2nd string. And then this. That's often a little bit tricky, because generally when you do this 2-finger style, you kind of go, you put this 5-1 on beats 2 and 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. But in this arrangement, it's a little strange because you have this offbeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that often takes a little bit of practice. So those 2 bars might be helpful just to practice alone if you're having a hard time with that. Now, make sure to do a little bit of a bend on this 3rd here, because you want to get a little bit of a blue note. So somewhere between this note and this note, because no one would ever sing this. It'd be a little flat sounding. Okay, next 4 bars. We start off pretty much the same with a forward roll. Alright, so forward roll in that first bar, and then 2-finger style. Now notice here on the C chord, I'm not actually holding a C chord. I could, but I don't think it's important. It kind of seems a little distracting to me. I like that drone of the D note. Okay, moving on. The next 4 bars here. Again, we start out on a forward roll. So we have the forward roll and then this kind of 2-finger thumb, middle thumb, middle thumb, middle thumb, middle thing happening here. Now, notice I'm bending this F note, so that's kind of important. And then these last 2 bars here, I think are the hardest in the whole tune, maybe. And that's because we have this kind of like thumb, thumb, and then we start this forward roll. And it goes over the bar line. So you could, so those 2 bars you might want to practice. If you're having a hard time with this, it's understandable because you're playing this roll over the bar line. So it's nice to practice those 2 bars over and over and over again. And you can do it without the hammer on. Another option is if that is throwing you off, you can literally just put the bar from the first line, the 4th bar on the first line in there. It should work. That's right, yeah. Yeah, that would work. That's right, I played it a little bit wrong, but... So if that's easier for you, you can always try that out. Okay. Last 4 bars. This is what this sounds like. Yeah. Again, 2-finger style for the first 2 bars. We have that weird spot where the 5-1 is coming on beat 3, so that can throw some people off. But I think that all makes sense. So I'm just going to play through it once now quite slowly so you can try to practice along with it and maybe see things that you didn't see before. And then we'll call this video. Let me know if you have any questions or anything about that. Okay, here we go. Slow. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Happy plucking. Till next time. Bye.